did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap-ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't missing my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own, tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues. Guess if you ain't at the table, you on the menu, and I'm that spitter, baby. They don't want you to see, but everybody's south of Capitol Hill's rocking with me. Boys smoke the trays and ponder getting their life together. I'm comfortable with my role, so I'm like, whatever. Me? I ain't got a job, but I work hard. And you don't work hard, but you got a job. The irony is I'm judged while you feel the applause. I'm slept on, that's why I had to set this alarm. My dudes is armed, I'm armed with this arm charm. Body banging like she got that cream from Barry Bonds. Yeah.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
That Dre season is here, a real hitter with a mic, I'm everything that they fear. With that hood ain't the same, I was all on their ass, I'm level-headed. So yo, my dudes love when I spaz, and I'm so over Seattle's passive-aggressive attitude. They don't call you back, what they really saying is F you. While I'm from the same place, I move at a different pace. I prefer if you just said it to my face, damn, I did it.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it
I
for
hate these
us.
average dudes with they average spit, writing average rhymes, knocking average chicks. The closer I get, I can feel the people starting to shift. I'm loyal to a fault, and everybody can't come with. Rap's a rich man's game, I'm only playing with change. They bang models and singers, I'm knocking my own flame, I'm different. The crowd, I move with the chosen few. Black thoughts, I could be the front man for the roots. No diamonds and gold, I'm on my sticks and stones. If we can see your panty line, you should have on a thong. My team is strong, through this fire we forged a bond. And they already know what it is when I get on. To the hearse, party like it's December 31st. When I'm on my deathbed, I probably cracking my nurse. You ain't got the bars to compete, I'm a verbal athlete. Deflating these boys so they say that I cheat. Damn, I did it.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Yeah. I should probably start by apologizing for the long wait, man. You know, I know I be tripping. But I'm not just a rapper, I'm an artist. And, you know, my creative process is a little bit different than most. Nonetheless, I want to welcome everybody out to the Dre's Experience. I got TCF in the building. My whole camp's here with me. I got the band in here laying this cool-ass vibe. And I'm Seattle's own. Let's get into it.
I just wanna live. God protect me. I just wanna live. I just wanna live.
Good morning, everybody. Want to welcome you to the Morning Update Show. I'm your co-host, Omari Salisbury, flying solo today. My co-host, Trey Holiday, has the day off, and she will return tomorrow. So you're stuck with me today. But we do have a guest in the second segment. One of my colleagues here at Converge, Ike Everard, and Ike spent some time over there at the ballpark when the Seattle Mariners, when they honored the Negro Leagues and had the game on Saturday on Juneteenth. So we'll be talking to him. Want to get right into it and remind you, right now is the perfect opportunity to tag and share the stream. Go ahead and tag and share this stream right here with people who you feel would appreciate culturally relevant news and information emanating from right here in the Emerald City. Got to give a big shout out to our partners over at the South Seattle Emerald and also KBCS 91.3 over at Bellevue College. We're going to be talking with them this week. They're doing their big fundraiser, so we want to support them and what they're doing. Lots of good stories today, and can't wait to get into those. But before we do, want to remind you, you can listen to the Morning Update Show anywhere where you listen to your favorite podcast. Right there is SoundCloud, but we're also available on Apple, Google, Spotify, and all over the place. So if you ever want to catch a past episode and listen, so a lot of people actually listen to the Morning Update show more than they watch the Morning Update show because they got stuff going on. But usually an episode is up 2 or 3 hours after the show. Also want to remind everybody, we got these fantastic Pride shirts. The Pride shirts are available. We got a nice overlay, I think, for that. There it is. Trey Holiday. Oh, yeah, D'Alessandro and Omi right there. Shirts available in black, white, and pink. They're available right now in our store where we converge /shop. Got a few things here. Next up is want to remind everybody that PSE was here last week. PSE is offering COVID bill assistance. If you're a PSE customer, COVID bill assistance up to $2,500. The utility moratorium ends July 31st. So if you're a PSE customer and you're having trouble with your bill, contact them. Ibrahim has put the link into the comments, so you can go ahead and click that link and get more information. But again, utility moratorium ends July 31st. So if you're a PSE customer and you're having trouble with your bill, please reach out to them immediately. They got some resources for you. And also over here from Public Health. Public Health, just a reminder, the vaccines, people want the vaccine. Vaccine is available. It's free. Anybody 12 and over, no appointment is necessary. We're putting that link in the comments as well. If you want the vaccine is readily available here in King County. Like I said, we got lots of good news today, but you know we're keeping our eyes on things. This is from the Seattle Police Department Twitter, and you see it's been very active. Police investigating Saturday shooting at Westlake Park. Detectives investigating Friday night Rainier Beach shooting. Officers investigating double shooting in the 900 block of Rainier. And actually, I know it's one of my good friend's sons was actually shot in the hand over there on Rainier. Survived. Luckily, he doesn't have any nerve damage in his hand. But I mean, this issue here of gun violence in our city is something that we definitely need to stay on top of, and we're going to keep reminding people as to what's occurring here in the Emerald City. Now, looking back at Juneteenth weekend, we got a lot of great stuff right here. Man, this is something actually from the Camera Phone Collective I'm getting ready to show you. So, you know, here at Converge, especially these days, there's all these big cameras here, and they go and produce all these segments. But, you know, the Camera Phone Collective is still active and real right here. I actually filmed this, and Jake Gravbrot took some amazing photos, which are up on our Instagram right now. But the community welcomed Catfish Corner, Jackson's Catfish Corner, back to the Central District. And it was a great celebration, Juneteenth morning there on 23rd in Jackson.
Ready? Jackson on Jackson for 25 years. Man, it feels great to be home again, man. I got the grandparents here, I got my kids here. We got the community here, executive board members here. Man, it's a great feeling to be home, man. Look outside. What can you be? Jackson on Jackson. Be home, baby.
When I was a young kid going to Bailey Gatzer Elementary, walking around the CD, the heart of the CD was Catfish Corner and the MLK mural. When we saw it go, everybody was just really sad. It felt like the final nail on the coffin of gentrification. But to see it come back now shows a revival. It feels like the phoenix rising for the second time. And I'm really excited for community to come back to the CD. Couldn't be happier for Terrell and the Jackson family.
Never gave up. Went from a car wash to Skyway. Never gave up. Came back home to the city on 21st and Leicester. Went back to Skyway. I thought I was going to give up. I couldn't give up. And with the support from the city, my guy Chris, he gave me an opportunity. This guy Chris right here, people don't know the story, but this guy literally came in the Catfish Corner on 21st and Leicester. When he walked in the door, I was hiding from him like, who's this guy coming to the door looking for me? But he came in and he told me that he had the opportunity working on a brand new project on the corner of 23rd and Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, this has been at least a 5-year project and all that. You know, our agency's commitment was always to bringing, you know, black businesses back to the community. I mean, skyrocketing rents, everything that goes with gentrification. We wanted to at least, you know, put up a little wall against that. And, you know, this is kind of the culmination of that.
This is how we got to bring community back. A lot of elected officials talk about affordable housing as the method for bringing community back. but really economic development and small businesses are the drivers, are the engine of keeping our community prosperous and in place. And so to see a small business like this, black owned, coming back, thriving on a perpetual lease, that's really the model for how we keep our communities here.
As we created lease terms and everything else, so these places can stay here in perpetuity. We're not raising rents on them or anything else. This is like they get to help us pay our mortgage for the building, and that's it. We're not looking for a profit or anything else. We think that, having a healthy community long term is what makes the stability for the area.
Man, we out here at Catfish Corner, 23rd and Jackson, holding down the CD just like they used to do on MLK. This credit card was the first dollars that came in the door officially. Come love to see it. Let's go.
I think that this is the model we need to be able to follow throughout the city, throughout this region, to make sure that people can continue to build that social capital, the ties that bind them to one another, the supports that hold us up when we fall. This is not just Catfish, though it is that. This is about building a great and loving, the beloved community for decades to come.
My grandparents for starting this dream, Grandpa. This guy, he took it to where he came from. It's really a dirt road, a dirt man. And for us to be here today, man, this is amazing, Grandpa. Grandma, I love you guys. Everyone thinks about my kids. We did, you guys. Jack was on Jackson, Baby rodeo, we did it, baby.
I really believe in this community. I believe in this institution. I think that we have to be here to have each other's backs. And this is a chance for King County to show that we believe in black-owned and black-led businesses, and we're going to invest in them to help them succeed.
A great story right there on 23rd and Jackson. And the line stayed out the door for hours and hours. See, my brother was there. My brother he was real proud of it too. It was the first dollars to come through the door there at the new Jackson's Catfish Corner there on 23rd and Jackson. We wish Terrell Jackson and the Jackson family all the best. Great opportunity for you to go and support black business. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and give these guys all the support right there on 23rd and Jackson. And the food is slapping. And a lot of people were commenting like, man, did they bring back the sweet tea? You saw there in the clip, the sweet tea is there. We got a clip right here from King 5. King 5 did some coverage on the march and celebration that Africatown Community Land Trust and King County Equity Now organized, marching from 22nd and Madison, where the Central Area Chamber of Commerce. For years, people in the Central District know D. Charlene, rest in peace. D. Charlene was one of the key drivers around awareness on Juneteenth, and the march started there on Madison and ended on Jimi Hendrix Park. And here's a clip right here from King 5.
At the end of the day, we really want to showcase what black brilliance looks like, what black resilience looks like. Juneteenth is a marker of that excellence.
With music and marching, they made their way through the Central District, taking time to reflect.
We want to give honor to D. Charlene Williams, founder of the Central Area Chamber.
Before it was ever a federal holiday, Juneteenth was recognized around here.
I'm a native.
Philip Miller remembers those days.
I was here when this was was a red line, you know.
He watched the march and appreciates the support.
You know, it makes me feel encouraged, you know what I'm saying, because there's like a multicultural thing going on.
But he wants to see more help for minority-owned businesses here.
The Bills and Wilsons are fine and everything, but the bottom line is, if you ain't got a certain amount of government contracts or some kind of contract allocated to the black community, I mean, that's no money.
Organizers say they're proud of the change they've seen in Washington State, including some police reforms that went through the legislature. So today can be fun, but there's still so much that needs to happen.
We cannot rest on the wins that we have right now. It's like we have to celebrate, but we have to continue to press.
Amy Marino, King 5 News.
All right, you see, even when Trey Holiday's not here, she's still here. That was Africatown Community Land Trust and King County Equity Now's march there at Jimi Hendrix Park. We've also on our Instagram, and if you're not following us on Instagram and Twitter, man, make sure and do that. It's at WW Converge, so at WW Converge, just like that. Follow us on Instagram. Lots of amazing photography there from Jake Gravbrot, Walk Into the Light, and also video content there as well. But there's a great gallery there of shots that Jake Gravbrot took from Jimi Hendrix Park, and we've also got a lot more galleries going up later on today. And also we've reached out to a lot of other different celebrations that happened over the weekend. So during this week, we'll also be spotlighting and highlighting other events that happen here in Seattle and around the region. Some good news, graduation, Seattle colleges. Man, they had a unique graduation acknowledging their students' hard work. Here's actually another clip right here from King 5.
Did you get the bachelor's degree then? Oh, wonderful.
An unconventional graduation ceremony for an unconventional year.
We're happy to do something in person because we've been online a little too long.
Seattle Central College took it to the rooftop on this perfect sunny Father's Day weekend to celebrate a class.
3, 2, 1. Awesome. They actually think I'm smart.
This is cool.
That deserves a proper send-off.
Friends and family, yeah.
A drive-through and walk-in graduation for the class of 2021.
This has been the most resilient class ever.
College President Sheila Edwards-Lang knows what they've endured since 2020.
This is our maybe third-ish time meeting in person.
They have had to switch the mode of operation quickly. They've had to adjust to technology challenges, but they stayed the course.
Like Lena Kalume.
It's amazing, you know, words can explain how amazing this day is.
Who immigrated to the U.S. from the Democratic Republic of Congo 5 years ago.
Congratulations to all the graduates of this year. We made it. Yeah.
Today, she has an associate's degree in health sciences and will continue her education at the University of Washington.
I am unstoppable. Yeah.
And plans to try for medical school.
Never give up. Go for the goal, go for the dream, go for what we really want to do in life.
Her graduation scarf, a powerful symbol.
It just represents the Black Lives Matter, like the Black Lives community.
Her sister also graduating with her. Both made it through a tough year.
Okay, let's go.
A year they will never forget.
It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be very challenging, but just keep your heads up and look at the sky. The sky is the limit.
In Seattle, Christine Pay.
Congratulations! How do you feel?
King 5 News.
Congratulations to the students there at Seattle Central College. You know, it has a special meaning for me. My mom actually went when it was called Seattle Central Community College. And yeah, she was in program up there. So Seattle Central always has a special place in my heart. And actually, I reached out there to the city this morning because I wanted to see throughout the Seattle College's system how many of the Seattle Promise graduates. So, you know, the city of Seattle, they got a great program over there in Deal, Department of Early Education and Learning. And that's actually Director Chappelle, used to be out there at Rainier Beach, who runs Deal. And the Seattle Promise program is basically any high school graduate from any of the Seattle public high schools gets a free education there at any Seattle college. So reached out down there to the city this morning. They got back to me. They said they got about 50 graduates this year through the Seattle Promise program. So excellent program. If you have a high school going into high school senior this upcoming school year, you definitely want to look into the Seattle Promise program over there in Deal. And also, they have a HBCU transfer. So basically what that means is that you can graduate from up here with a 2-year degree and transfer to several historically black colleges and universities. All your credits transfer, and they've even got a program to manage the tuition and everything else. Very excellent program over there at Deal, and congratulations to the graduates. Got another clip, excuse me, right here. This is from Judkins Sports Park, over at Judkins Park in the Central District. And there's a group that's been roller skating over there, like really for the last year is when I became aware of it, and it really kind of took off even more. They've been skating for a long time, but it really took off even more during COVID because it was something that people could kind of do and still be spaced out and everything else. And they had Roll Around Seatown. They had their Juneteenth celebration there on skates over at Judkins Sports Park.
So today we are having a big skate party out here at Judkins Park. This community was founded in 2018, this Roll Around Seatown community, by a local skater named Tiffany Mason. And, you know, I think today is just really special because, you know, this marks the start of Juneteenth being acknowledged on a wider scale, and also just like folks who have been coming together for the last year in this community, you know, just really here to support one another and celebrate. Skating is a really big thing out here, apparently, and, you know, I had no clue until I became part of this community last year that it was out here. And I think, you know, there are a lot of rinks that have survived the pandemic, and, you know, even before the pandemic, rinks were struggling, but there's been a good baseline of people out here who really enjoy this and keep the culture going, and I think it's only going to get stronger after the pandemic with so much renewed interest in this sport. Everyone's welcome here. You know, as long as you have a good attitude, good vibes, aren't here to start trouble, anybody's welcome. People of all levels skate out here. You know, we think of this kind of like as you know, summer camp kind of thing. Like there are cohorts. Like last year I started skating with a group of people and we've all just watched each other grow, and like, you know, we were beginners at some point, and there are beginners who come through here every day, and they're all welcome. It's each one teach one out here. Juneteenth to me means, you know, getting to acknowledge, you know, Black folks' struggles and history, and not just the struggles, but the celebrations, the things that we can celebrate, the accomplishments. And it's just a day to live out loud, Black and proud, and for me, that's what it means.
Yep, and that was Liz Brazil right there. Liz Brazil, journalist over at KUOW and an avid skater. And I see here in the comments someone's asking, is that a city park? Yes, that's right over there at Judkins. So, you know, there's the main Judkins Park, and then there's Judkins Street, I guess. And right on the other side of the basketball courts, there's also this sports park. And so there's a skate park over there and some everything else. And yeah, these guys, they get it in. The skate culture is going, and that's Roll Around Seatown on Instagram. And we're going to have that video up on our Instagram later on today. We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, I'm joined by Ike Everard, and he's going to tell us about his experience there at the ballpark on Juneteenth. You're watching the Morning Update Show.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't missing my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own, tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers, and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.
Hey, it's Jake from Converge Media and Get the F Outside. I hope that all of you are taking advantage of the ability to be outdoors and enjoy nature as our summer months heat up. One other thing that you can take advantage of here in the King County area are free COVID-19 vaccinations. There's all kinds of options for pop-up clinics, and the vaccine is able to be administered to anyone 12 years and older. And did I mention that it's free? You don't need insurance, and they don't care what your citizenship status is. And that kind of sounds like the way things should be anyhow, but we'll save that for another conversation. Information and resources are available at kingcounty.gov/COVID, or you can call the COVID-19 call center at 206-477-3977. Washington, we are almost out of this, but we got to stay locked in for the home stretch. Let's get vaxxed out so we can max out our time with friends, family, and in the great outdoors.
Public Health, Seattle, King County, Zero Youth Detention, along with our partners from across the South King County region, are committed to reducing violence and creating the conditions needed for our neighborhoods to be safe and free of crime. Too often, the response to crime and violence has been a piecemeal approach with a program here and a program there. When family units collapse, schools fail to educate, the economy fails to produce jobs, and crime rises, we've looked to law enforcement and punitive measures to save us. Nothing could be more wrong or further from the truth. Law enforcement can't shoulder all the burden or take the rest of us off the hook. We are acknowledging the lived experiences of Black, brown, and indigenous communities. We are centering community as the experts who can effectively identify key issues related to systems, policies, and practices that impact children, families, and communities of color across this region. Those most impacted by the issues will help call out and identify the root causes, including structural and systemic factors. 150 residents will partner with King County to develop strategies, solutions, and an action plan that explicitly addresses system changes needed and eliminates barriers to access for Black, brown, and indigenous folks. These residents will also identify the criteria used to measure our collective success. Simply put, we need your help as we do the work needed to make King County the safest in this country. It will take specific commitments from all of us, community members, our young people, elders, and leaders from the sectors all across this region. Together, we will get this work done. Please click the link below and sign up for a work group. Or you can recommend a co-facilitator from community for each work group. We look forward to hearing your ideas, concerns, feedback, and solutions as we build a community where all our children can be happy, healthy, hopeful, safe, and thriving.
All right, welcome back to the Morning Update Show. My name is Omari Salisbury. Definitely want to encourage you, visit zeroyouthdetention.com/work groups. Give your input on how we can make King County safer for everybody. Joining me right now, you got a cup on my set? What's going on, man? You got to move the cup. There you go. Joining me right now is Ike Everard. What's up, Ike?
How's it going?
I'm all right. I know you're not on set much.
No, you know. No, I haven't been on set yet at all. I was only up on the hill. With
well, welcome back to the Morning Update Show. Last time that we talked to you, you were down there in Tempe, right?
Yeah.
So Ike is one of our interns from the summer, here from Seattle. Went to Bush High School, right?
Yep.
And studying down at Arizona State University.
Yeah, doing sports journalism down there. So.
Sports journalism, huh? All right. So we sent the right guy for the job. You got a chance to go over there to the ballpark on Saturday for the Mariners game when they honored the Negro Leagues. And that was a game against Tampa Bay, right?
Yeah, it was the Rays.
And you had a chance to get down there early, and you actually saw the game and everything else, man. Tell us, what was the experience like over there?
Oh, it was dope. I mean, like you said, I got there early. I think I got there like 4 hours before the game, so I was able to head down to the field. You're about to laugh. Got to head down to the field. I had some interviews set up, so I talked to J.P. Crawford. I talked to Taylor Trammell. J.P. actually invited me down to the dugout to go sit with him and do a little 3-minute interview.
You got invited down to the dugout?
Yeah, so I got some dugout access.
And this was actually Converge's first time as credentialed press covering the Seattle Mariners, and you know I'm envious of you. we got a short clip right here. You were just, it's just batting practice, but you were down there on the field. This when JP was hitting, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at you. What was it like? What was it like in the dugout?
It was crazy. I mean, it was just me and him in there at that point, but it was wild because, you know, you see it on TV. You see it in the stadium, but to be down there during batting practice, you got Ichiro walking around. You got, you know, all the guys just hanging out. It's pretty cool.
Right. And now this game clearly was intentional, not only by Seattle Mariners, but Major League Baseball to honor the history of the Negro Leagues all across Major League Baseball. But what were some of the things that the Mariners did specifically on Saturday's game?
Well, so they actually had Bob Kendrick, the president of the Negro Leagues Museum in Kansas City, out there to throw out the first pitch. He was chatting with some of the guys before the game. They were really excited about that. So they did that. They had Shayna Shepherd singing the national anthem. She sang Lift Every Voice and Sing too. She was out on the show here last week. And then, they had the Steelheads uniform, so I got the Steelheads hat here. Bought that after the game, and it was just really cool. I mean, I thought they did a great job. I think the players really appreciated it. Obviously, it's just one night, but.
And JP hit a Grand Slam home run, right?
Yeah, no, he did in the second inning. Yeah, he did in the second inning. That was most of the runs, so that was his first at bat. And
yeah, I saw on Twitter, so they were wearing the Steelheads jersey. I think I'm gonna go pick one up today. But he said on Twitter, like, man, we need to wear these jerseys every night.
Yeah, they should. I mean, they look really cool. They got just the Seattle block letters, and that's about it.
All right, so you wrote about your experience over there on Juneteenth at the ballpark, and it's probably gonna come out later on today, right?
Yeah, it should.
You edit it. It's up to me, huh? And then you've also been doing some other stories around baseball that's going to be up and coming. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so I mean, we got Buki Gates, who's been on the show. Some of our audience might know him. He put together a panel with a bunch of old black ball players, and they talked about Negro leagues and their influences in the city, and also what can be done to get more youth to play the game because, so many kids choose basketball or football. So that's going to be coming out soon. That's going to be a really cool conversation, and then there'll also be an article about that.
All right, good stuff. So before I let you go, intern here at Converge, and before I throw it over to you, I want to tell everybody that's out there, that sometimes it's okay to shoot your shot, because we found Ike could just send an email to like the info box because he made a project around CHOP. He did a podcast series. It was just like, hey, in case you guys want to check this out or whatever. And I looked at it and I was like, man, this is good. And then we had Ike on the show. You came on the show, and now you're here interning for Converge, and now you're down there sitting in the dugout with JP. But tell us what your experience has been like thus far as an intern here at Converge.
Oh, it's been super cool. I mean, like you said, I just emailed. I didn't know what it was going to turn into, but I'm super happy the way it's gone, and just being able to tell these stories and have an impact has just been really cool. I mean, I did that article on the CHOP block party, and you said that got into the city. I mean, so seeing the impact that can actually happen based on telling these stories is really special.
Believe it or not, people are actually paying attention to us out there.
Yeah, crazy.
There it is. Ike Everhart, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we're actually going to get out of here early today. We're really going to time, but we're going to take a quick break, and I want to talk to you guys about Black Love. You're watching the Morning Update Show.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap-ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't miss my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own, tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers, and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.
Hey, it's Jake from Converge Media and Get the F Outside. I hope that all of you are taking advantage of the ability to be outdoors and enjoy nature as our summer months heat up. One other thing that you can take advantage of here in the King County area are free COVID-19 vaccinations. There's all kinds of options for pop-up clinics, and the vaccine is able to be administered to anyone 12 years and older. And did I mention that it's free? You don't need insurance, and they don't care what your citizenship status is. And that kind of sounds like the way things should be anyhow, but we'll save that for another conversation. Information and resources are available at kingcounty.gov/COVID, or you can call the COVID-19 call center at 206-477-3977. Washington, we are almost out of this, but we got to stay locked in for the home stretch. Let's get vaxxed out so we can max out our time with friends, family, and in the great outdoors.
All right, welcome back to the Morning Update Show. My name is Omari Salisbury, excuse me, and a great way to support us here at Converge, help keep us on the air and look good while doing it, visit whereweconverge.com/shop. We've got our limited edition Pride shirts there, and also the No Excuses. These are the locally printed. It's in reverse looking in the camera. These are locally printed, though. In the black, so the black t-shirts and sweatshirt. I don't see nobody gonna be wearing no sweatshirt no time soon, but they're available there, and we appreciate your support. It's a great way, like I said, to keep us on the air here. We're gonna get out of here a little bit early today, but man, it was a great experience yesterday up at Garfield Playfield, right there at Garfield High School. Black Love Sundays, and we're actually gonna have a segment on this tomorrow. But I was gonna say, put this up here. I mean, this was great. So this was just some of the participants who actually played in the softball game, and for people who are around the neighborhood, you know that Black Love Sundays was like really big, especially before COVID, and they took a long time off. And so this was also like a reunion there on 23rd and Cherry yesterday at Garfield Playfield, and also Father's Day. Altogether, about 200 people in between people who played in the game, just community members, kids, barbecue, there's spectator section, everything else. And we're gonna, like I said, we'll have a segment on this tomorrow. But I thought, what better way to end the Morning Update Show today than this powerful image right there? You know, all of these positive Black men sitting right there in the Central District who came together for some softball and for, man, just to catch up, camaraderie and friendship. So it's important that we also push our own images, that we also push our own narratives, and we change the narrative that often occurs about us, our community, and Black men. And so we're really looking forward to that segment for tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, I know you guys missed her today. Trey Holiday will be back here on the set, so we're looking forward to that. Keep your eye on our Instagram and on our Twitter. It's at WWConverge on Instagram and Twitter. If you haven't followed us yet, please, I encourage you to follow. We're going to get out of here a bit early today, but that's all right with me. Maybe we'll get out there in the sun. Before we go, as usual, I want to remind you to go forward in your purpose, go forward in your humanity. And until tomorrow at 11 a.m. with Trey Holiday, peace.
Lift every voice and sing till earth in heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rise. rising sun.